it's Iris Classon, a very pregnant Iris Classon, and I am here with another stupid question of today. Actually, it's just an introduction to another video that I recorded 3-4 weeks ago that I completely forgot to post. So I'm going to mash that video into this one and share that with you. And then later this week I have a video for you that I recorded at a dev conference where I had the pleasure of meeting Barry Dorrance and asking him some questions after his session on ASP.NET Core security. So enjoy, and I'll keep posting videos until the baby comes. He's due any day, but you know, it might be a couple of weeks, or it might be today, or it might be now. No, it's not now. I don't know. I'm gonna end the video here. Anyways, talk to you soon. Enjoy the question. Bye. Hi, how are you? It's Iris Classon, and I am back with another stupid question of today. I've got 7 weeks left to go, unless he decides to come early. Well, actually, the doctors told me that he might come any day now, so I'm going to make sure that I keep this video really short, because we don't want to make this too exciting, if you know what I mean. So today's question is quite simple, and the answer is sort of like a quirky fact type of answer. The question is, how do you spell refer? And I'm talking here about the headers and the HTTP specification, because I don't know if you've ever noticed that when you want to get out to the refer, often it's spelled like this. Now, English is not my main language, obviously, but something seems a little bit off. And when I looked it up, refer is actually spelled like this. So how come I see this a lot? Well, it turns out that when the HTTP specification was written, refer was actually misspelled. And then it just became so common to just use this spelling that this became the standard. So that's why you see this. But sometimes you will actually see refer spelled correctly, but that depends on it varies between different web specifications, so it gets a little bit, not complicated, but sometimes it is a little bit hard to know if it's supposed to be spelled like this or like this. But if you want to follow the standard, the HTTP standard, then actually you have to misspell refer. And if this seems a little bit odd to you, like why didn't we change it? Well, there are a lot of things where we end up keeping a mistake. I can think of one example, so I'm not sure if it's a mistake, but it's a fun fact nonetheless, so I'll share this with you. You know keyboard layouts, the QWERTY keyboard layout, which is the most common keyboard layout that we have today. If you look at the letters and the symbols, and particularly with the letters, it doesn't really make sense the way they're placed, because the ones that you use the most, they don't seem to be next to each other. And there is a reason for that, because back in the days when we had the mechanical typewriters, they would put the keys that were most used together as far away from each other as possible, because otherwise they would kind of hook into each other and interlock, and it could potentially damage a typewriter, and typewriters were really expensive. Therefore, they were spaced out as much as possible. And when we got the keyboards, the keyboard layouts that we have today, they're based off the typewriters. So although we don't have the same problem with the keys getting locked, it's not even possible even with mechanical keyboards we have today. It doesn't really matter, you can have any keyboard layout you want. But because we were so used to the layout we had from the mechanical typewriters, we kept it, even though it doesn't really make sense and it's not the best layout, a lot of people would argue. There are alternative layouts though, such as the Dvorak layout and so on. And I actually have considered changing the keyboard layout and getting used to something completely different. But the problem would then be that every time I use somebody else's keyboard, it's just going to mess up with my head. And I already struggle because I already use 3 types of keyboard layouts. They're not that different, but just a little bit, mostly with symbols. So I use a UK layout, and I use the US layout, which is my favorite. And then also I have the Nordic layout because we have 3 more letters in the alphabet in the English, not English, in the Swedish and Norwegian and the Danish language. So that's the Nordic layout. So anyways, a little bit extra fun facts for you. If you have any fun facts or quirky facts or want to add to this answer, please do. And thank you for watching, and I'll make sure to keep recording for as long as I can. And well, even after he arrives, of course. But he might actually join me in the video, so who knows. Take care, bye!